Hey man, any chance I can get the time?
Taxi!
No!
Make America great again. Donald Trump.
What's up, the internet? Angry Asian here, and according to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American Culture, time was invented by white people. And if I can tell it, that makes me white. In a one-pager, released by the Smithsonian's, meaning it's funded by your tax dollars, National Museum of African American Culture, the items in this one-pager are all, and this is a direct quote, practices, beliefs, and culture of white dominant culture that have been normalized over time and are now considered standard. As a result, all Americans have all adopted various aspects of white culture, including people of color.
Don't try to stop me, boy. It's over. Every good man knows when to end a series. Vio con Dios, el fagot.
Well, the rest of my day's been freed up, boy. What do you say I teach you something?
Now, skipping past how much I hate the phrase people of color, since I'm more than my skin color and racial background, no matter how much leftists want to believe otherwise. I can't believe the things in this document that have been attributed to white people. Thank you, white people, for inventing everything. Wow! Us Asians had no concept of time until you came around.
That was sarcasm.
No way. Really? Because so was that just now.
I pretty much insist that you shut up.
Now, the overt page has some messed up stuff, but the real tea, honey, is on their talking about race page, which they bury on their other page for the real leftist racists. It features the poster child for white guilt over internalized racism towards minorities, Dr. Robin DiAngelo, who I'm pretty sure Dr. Pepper is a more credible doctor. But below her dumbass, you get this amazing one-pager about things that were apparently invented by white people. Yes, everything we're about to go into was invented by white people and have never existed on this earth until white people came into contact with us dumb, savage minorities. And once again...
That was sarcasm.
No way. Really? Because so was that just now.
I pretty much insist that you shut up.
Rugged individualism. How do you even define this? I tried to do research into this, and it looks like it's primarily a Western trait, not a white trait. Based on the Geert Hofstede cultural dimensions, it looks like it's just a part of Western culture versus white culture. Family structure. Apparently there was no such thing as family structure before white people invented it. You're going to tell me that the Japanese, who were basically secluded from the world, didn't have families until white people snuck onto their island and forced them to build families. These guys didn't know about marriage until white people taught them about marriage. I mean, they've literally had an imperial dynasty stretching back thousands of years, but this person isn't chosen through family ties. I dare you to tell that to a Japanese person. Hey man, your emperor isn't related by blood to the imperial bloodline. I bet they'd pull out a katana and cut your dumb ass into ribbons.
How dare you!
History. Yes. Nobody knew to write things down to remember them past a single generation until white people invented it. That's why scrolls don't date back thousands of years in Japan. There's no papyrus history in Egypt, and the Dead Sea Scrolls don't exist. Oh wait, all those things exist, and many predate the United States by centuries. Protestant work ethic. That's right. White people in America created hard work.
I just simultaneously whipped a nay-nay!
The pyramids were built through laziness. The Forbidden City in China, the Hagia Sophia, all these were built without hard work. They just appeared one day magically through no fault of the non-white people who inhabited the lands. And all that information is lost because we didn't have history until white people invented it.
Hell no, to the no.
Religion. There's no room for any other religion in the United States. It's only the first point in the Bill of Rights, but there's no other room. Christians get crapped on every single day by the media and progressive groups. And terrorist mosques and any other place of worship can literally be built anywhere, but there's no religious freedom in the United States.
Allahu Akbar!
I want to remind you, by the way, that this is all funded by your tax dollars. Status, power, and authority. These didn't exist until white people in the US invented them. All of the kings, emperors, and rulers of the past weren't interested in wealth. The Chinese dynasties were literally handing their wealth away. That's why Genghis Khan kept bringing the horde into areas, to give all the Mongols wealth to that area.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
Future orientation. Planning. That's never existed before white people. When wars broke out between the Chinese dynasties and the samurai were fighting for their feudal lords, there was absolutely no planning that went into these. No delayed gratification. It was basically just both sides line up on whatever day they feel like and charge at each other. The cavalry, those were just for show because they didn't do anything. They didn't try and get around and flank the other side. They just charged in with the rest of the men.
Corvots, now might be a good time to pull out that brilliant strategy you mentioned.
Very well. Watch closely. For one day, you shall tell your grandchildren of the day you witnessed the great Corvats in action. Now men, group up and hit it till it dies!
Time. Nobody knew about time until white people. The Han in China definitely didn't invent a 15-hour day. The Ming didn't invent their own system of timekeeping. No, Robin DiAngelo went back in time and invented time for them because it's inconceivable that any non-white person could have a concept of time before white people came around. The last two I'm going to hit on are justice and communication because I've been ranting for a bit and there's only so many ways I can say that your tax dollars are going to put this garbage out where basically racists like Robin DiAngelo say that white people invented everything and minorities had no idea until they came to the United States.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Literally, every Asian culture going back millennia has had some form of justice and communication. Whoever wrote this has apparently never been to Japan or any other Asian culture because they're as polite and avoiding of conflict as anybody. I could literally rant about this for hours. I've archived the link below. I highly encourage you not to look at it or you'll be as angry as I am. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like, and if not, as any real classical liberal will tell you, you do you, my dude.
Trigger warning. I exist. I love Trump. Hey, I'ma vote Trump 2020, Trump 2020. I'ma vote Trump 2020.